The Battle of Jericho. In this lesson, we'll cover Joshua 8, 1 through 27. Israel has crossed the Jordan, and Jericho stands right before them, a fortified city, guarded and defiant. It's the first great barrier in the land, but God gives Joshua not a military strategy, but a sacred procession. For 6 days, Israel marched in complete silence. 7 priests go before the ark, blowing ram's horns. No battle cry, no raised weapons, no human display of strength. Just steady, daily obedience before a watching city that cannot understand what it sees. The silence itself becomes a testimony of trust. This page in our treasure journal is not just art, it's a place to slow down and step into the story. Just as Israel paused before the battle, we pause here to see, to reflect, and to prepare our hearts for what only God can do. On the 7th day, they circle the city 7 times. Then, at Joshua's command, the people shout. The walls of Jericho collapse, and every man goes straight in before him. The victory is sudden, complete, and unmistakably the work of God. We see God's pattern in the number 7. 7 priests, 7 horns, 7 days, 7 times around the city. This is no accident. 7 is the mark of completion, like creation itself. God is writing his signature across this victory, showing it belongs to him. Jericho was set apart completely for the Lord, not just destroyed, but devoted to God. Everything in it was his, and what is given to God must never be taken for ourselves. Joshua, whose name is Yeshua, leads God's people forward by faith, not by sight. Jericho's walls picture the strongholds human effort cannot bring down. But what God commands, God also overthrows. In Messiah, the greater Joshua, every barrier to our inheritance is broken down by divine power, and greater rest still awaits those who trust in him. What does this story teach us for today? First, God declared the victory before a single step was taken, and he still works this way. Before we see the wall move, he has already spoken the outcome. Our call is not to achieve victory, but to walk in it. His methods often don't make sense. The march around the Jericho was not logical, and neither is much of what God asks us to do, to forgive, to wait, to trust. The method is the message. Human wisdom is not required. Surrender is. There were 6 days of silence before the shout. Sometimes God calls us to stop striving and simply walk in quiet trust. The most powerful acts of faith are often the ones no one sees. And Israel didn't quit. Day after day, they kept walking. The breakthrough came because they stayed faithful. And the 7th day only comes if you don't give up on the 6th. We have to remember the battle belongs to the Lord. Our assignment is not to manufacture victory, but to walk in faith, walk in union with him, obey his voice, and trust his timing.